So we got a hold of the guys at Trail Icon and pre-ordered this armrest relocation kit for our 2021 Can-Am Defender. There's 2 pins back here that you can pull to flip this over. It's too low. So you end up with like a towel or something and you're trying to raise it up. You have to pull 2 pins, which I'm gonna do now to show you. Not terribly slow, but it's slow enough that I don't do it all the time. So pull that pin, pull this pin, 2 pins and 2 clips. Then the armrest comes off the brackets and you can then flip it back over and then you have a cup holder. It's about 2 or 3 or 4 inches for my arm, too low. Trail Icon come up with this kit. It allows this armrest to move up or down, or you can put it back up here where it goes so you still have a seat. It's well thought out, laser cut. Looks like it's got some powder coat coatings on it. We're gonna do a little bit of unboxing, see what you get with the kit. So it looks like we have some bushings and washers and spacers. Looks like they're both nice and labeled. They tell you exactly what's in those. We get a riv nut with a riv nut tool, 2 brackets that go on the side of the seat. One of my favorite parts about this kit is that decal right there, made in the USA. This is the bracket that will ultimately go right here on the back wall. Remove the factory center console seat latch using a flathead screwdriver to pry the bracket open to the latch side, which is going to be this one. You're also going to remove both of these rubber bump stop bushings. It's always good to read ahead in the instructions to kind of understand what you're going through. Bend both the latch bracket tabs back to the flat position. So first thing they want you to do is put the arm installation brackets on, and we'll go over to the bench to do that here in a few minutes. You're going to drill 2 holes in the top back crossbar where the rusher bushings are. So you're going to drill these 2 holes out with 11/32 drill bit. Temporarily attach the molly plate to the top holes with the M6 by 45 millimeter bolts. Thread the bolts through the plate holes to the rivet nuts. Let the plate rest on the bolts. Do not use the aluminum spacers included while marking the holes, so we don't need those now. Insert the 2 rib nuts in the bottom the same way you did on the top or in the trail bracket, and then reinstall the mounting plate with the hardware. These are all M6 bolts. That's a metric 6 millimeter diameter. These rivet nuts work when you thread the rivet nut tool into the front and you then pull, that expands this rivet nut. It mushrooms it out and creates a tight bond. So basically it's an inserted nut that was compression pulled into place. So this is the rivet nut tool that I own. I bought this on Amazon. So you're going to screw that down until it's in the tool. On the 4 lower tabs, bend the outer tabs towards the doors and the inner tabs towards the center. You're not going to put the spacer hardware on this time. So the next thing they want you to do is mark these with a Sharpie and then drill your holes. You know where you need, and then mark the center of this hole either side, which is nice. You have adjustability. Now we can put our molly plate back up on the panel. And when you put these bolts in, it's a good idea to hand start them because it's a fine thread. Put our level back up, re-level this, and again, make your mark right in the middle. Okay, then you can take it back apart, and if you need to trim some more carpet out, you can do it at that point. It looks like we do need to trim a little bit of carpet. Now we're going to get a center punch and punch those. Line my drill bit center punch up. So we're going to get a 5/32 drill bit first and drill that. Put our 11/32 back in, make the hole bigger. And make sure you put it with the logo towards the outside. Start these first with the spacer installed. Next part, it's actually it's the second step in his kit, which they tell you to do that first, but you don't have to, is to do the arm bracket installation, which we'll do now. Okay, so for the arm bracket installation, you're going to install the brackets on the sides of these, and it should look like that when you're done. This one obviously will go on this side, fender washer, through this factory location with the spacer, and then on the back side a nut with our 4mm Allen and a 10mm wrench. You need to tighten this down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. And we'll put 2 marks right in the center of that bracket. Repeat that for the other side. Okay, and then you're going to raise that up out of the way, and we'll drill the same 2 holes that we did on the buggy. Change your drill bit back out. 23/64 is what we determined was actually a little bit better fit. Thread your rivet nut down onto the part. Insert the rivet nut into the hole. So now the next step is to go ahead and put your hardware in. Okay, now we can go back to the machine. Okay, and this is the beautiful part about the kit. This was the reason why I bought it, because it allows you to latch these into these receivers at any position that you want. So yeah, you have a cup holder. You can have it up high like this. You can then put it all the way to the bottom if you want. Now you have it down here. I think it's going to be in the right position for me in position 2. That's perfect for my arm. Or if I don't want a cup holder, I can then flip it over, and now I have my armrest in a position where it's perfect. That is exactly where I would want to drive with it. So that's the reason I bought the kit. And then if you have somebody riding with you, you can always just flick it up, and then you have a full-on seat. You have a fully adjustable seat that quickly, on the fly, really quickly pull that seat up and make it, when they get out, just pop it back off if you're on the trail, and relatch the kit into whatever position you want. You can go all the way down with it. This is the position I'll probably run it in. That's actually the lowest position, which is perfect height. It doesn't allow it to go all the way down, which I don't want. There's no reason for that. Or let's say you wanted it all the way up here because you needed to put a cooler or something underneath. You need to have, maybe your dog sits underneath there if you got a little dog. It allows you to have all this adjustability in the kit. A lot of times I'll end up with a third person. Somebody breaks down the trail. We had that happen in Colorado this summer. Had a couple with a Polaris Razor, broke down on the trail. Had to have those 2 get in here, and I had to deal with pins and clips, and this is much, much faster. You just pop it out and pop it back in. For $200, it's probably going to be one of my favorite upgrades I've done to this Can-Am Defender in a long time.